Man, and it's Thursday already. Hope you guys had a good Thursday. I unfortunately did not. If I had a boss, I would probably get fired for today's performance, because not only did I oversleep, but I also did not have a pulse on the market and I continued to trade. So I overtraded and it did not end up well. A couple of things out of the way. First is hit that like and subscribe if you haven't done so already, if you're enjoying the content. Number two is tomorrow is Friday, so I'll not be doing a recap. So as soon as I'm done trading tomorrow, I'll be running out to work. And then Monday I am going to a track, so I race my car on the track day, and Monday is my season closing day, so I'll be on the racetrack and I'll be not trading, so there will be no recap from that. But let's dive into today's trades. The first trade, I want to kind of analyze it. It's already 4 p.m. here, so I have to run out soon, but really quickly gonna give a more in-depth analysis of my first trade, because that set the tone for the day, I believe. If you watched my previous recaps, you guys know that I've lost on this trade so many times. So oftentimes when the market is in the upper tier of the range, so right, the market isn't always in the wave. If it's in the upper range of the wave, like it was here, oftentimes when I try to go for a trap setup, so we have a nice trap setup here. This is also called head and shoulders. I would try to use a regression mode, arming it short, looking for stacked sell imbalances here, trapping shorts, and looking for a bounce. Okay, so this is my typical way I would trade this setup. But in the past, especially on this tick account, if you watch my recaps, I've lost on this trade a lot of times. So it's not something I really wanted to do, especially as my first trade, because typically that was my first trade that I lost on every day, in the first, second, third day of the recaps at least. And it happened a couple of times and I stopped trading it. But today, since I was late to the market, I was eager to take the trade. And unfortunately, since I've lost on this trade before, what did I do? Well, you can imagine, I didn't edit this properly, guys, so forgive me. By the time I cut the recording, I guess I deleted that little clip before it. Because I cut the whole day. There was 3 hours of recording today. I cut that into pieces and stitch it or whatnot. I guess I deleted the section before this, but what I did was I armed it short with trend. So I went with the actual trend mode and I was looking to see continuation lower. Okay, so this is what would happen oftentimes, where it would continue to go lower. But today, of course, it did not. Right, so today I ended up losing on this trade. And I did not go in profit much. And typically when I did lose on this trade, I lost really quick. So it would trigger me and I would lose. So I should have been more careful with this. But at the same time, I didn't really want to step in the way of the first trade. And ended up being a loss. So we started the day negative 200 because I forgot that I only had one contract activated in my ATM due to yesterday's day. At the end, I changed my ATM to just one contract from two. I didn't notice till like around this time when I was like, oh wait, why am I down only 200? And this is already around 20 minutes after that trade. And that just shows you guys that I don't really pay attention to the P&L as much as I used to. Like, it doesn't bother me. Like, I would love, when I get into a trade, I would prefer to have this in ticks than in P&L. But for video purposes, it's just easier to visualize exactly what's happening, especially for someone that doesn't trade futures and they find my channel. So this is the second trade, another kind of tough trade. I'm trying to anticipate continuation of the market higher and I get stopped out, so I use the regression mode with the long side. Didn't work out. Another trade here, so we have another trend trade, and this one actually ends up working. So I did take a trend trade and in the short direction ended up working. So one of my few winners that I actually take with trend and it ends up winning. So that's something I'm proud of. And always take a look at because you could always pause this and rewind, because I know the trades are going through quickly, but you can always take a look at the tick chart to see exactly where I am at and where we took those trades. So the last trade was right here. Okay, so that's always helpful to have there. I use a full version of this chart to kind of see my levels, and now we are approaching a hidden channel. So I love to use hidden channels. We're approaching it, and I was thinking that was going to be a support level, but it never gave me any indication that it will be a support level. Okay, it was still very heavy. It never bounced off it, and I end up losing. So I should have never armed it there. I should have waited for some kind of support. And this is actually where I should have been arming it long, because we already had a bounce. Now we are retesting the lows again, and this is another trap setup that I'm taking to the short side, and it's also going to lose, I believe. Yep, it's gonna be a loss. So again, a trap setup. Typically I will buy in this area, not short, and I end up going in the wrong direction and end up losing. So now we are down 975 on the day. So that was kind of frustrating there. But at the same time, guys, losses will happen. So, you know, if you had a bad day on the day that someone else had a good day, don't worry about it. Just keep grinding, especially when you're trading a funded account. You know, a funded account, there's really not that much risk on the table. This is all just numbers on the screen, and it helps, you know, to just emotionally get over it. Losing sucks in a way that emotionally, like, you know, if there's no money on the line, you're playing a video game, you lose, it does suck. So that's the one thing that, you know, you can't really help. You got to just get stronger as you go. This is a trade right here that I really messed up on because it was a winner. So this already hit the target, but since I was down 975, I wanted to really get the bounce of this market. I really thought that we could get a bounce just where we were based on the levels here. I really thought we could bounce. So I was like, so many times I will get, you know, an entry, perfect entry, I hit my target, and then the market continues in the direction of the target. So I was like, you know what, let me try to get, you know, 2-3 more points out of this trade, so, you know, give myself a little bit more cushion to continue trading. And unfortunately, this one was a break-even trade after all, because it came back. So it was a win. This actually did hit a target, and I get stopped out break-even. So that was a little bit frustrating there. And then I do it again here, I believe. Or this might, no, this is actually a loss, I think. It's been a couple hours since I took these trades, so I'm trying to remember and replay my day. So yeah, this was a loss. So again, just trying to fight the trend. And now in hindsight, it's so easy to just like, why am I doing this? There's no reason for, you know, for the market to bounce yet. And eventually it will bounce, but once it bounces, then the shorts that are reshorting the market, because the shorts don't even want to really short this anymore. So now we want to trap some shorts. So the shorts have not felt any pain, so we want to make them feel the pain before we actually go long. But I just, you know, just had a tough read on the market, let's put it that way. Here's another trade. Again, really strong belief that the market wants to bounce. So here it almost hits my target, and I decide to, know what, let me just move the target up a little bit, since now there's no risk on the trade, right? So worst case, I just break even again, which would suck. But this one didn't actually hit the target yet. You guys saw how high it went. It was close to it, one tick away, but it didn't actually hit it. So technically moving the stop to break even is not really a loss yet, even though I could have manually closed the trade, but I try not to do that. So I almost get stopped out here, but to my luck, it ends up bouncing a couple ticks from my stop, and I take one contract off just to be safe, and then the second one will take off in a little bit. I was hoping to see continuation and just trail with the market, you know, trail the stop loss up higher and maybe get 10 points on the trade. But right now the target is actually at 13 points, so that was actually close to 10 points right there. But unfortunately, we are going to get stopped out for 16 ticks. So that was a 16 tick target there, and that would have been the initial target anyway. And then another long trade here. Just market continues to go lower and just gives me no reason to keep longing, but I decide to long it anyway, and it's just going to end up being a loser. So that is going to be it on the day. That's the final trade here. And we lost. Okay, so I lost count on the wins and losses. Very tough day, but at the same time, I made it tough on myself. You know, like I just did not have the right read, and the overall market did give a lot of opportunities, a lot of clean opportunities. So there was good ways to trade the system today. So I'm not blaming the market. I'm blaming myself completely today because I just did not do well, and it is what it is. I mean, the worst part is that the account, since I withdrew the money, is kind of like, you know, suffering a little bit now. So we had that big loss on Friday. So Friday was really bad. I was trading on my phone, and today is another day that, you know, it kind of screws it up. But at the same time, I did take that payout for this exact reason. What if I go into a bad streak of losing? I at least get myself $1,000 out of the account, and that's still a good profit. You know, now I could restart the account and build a new one if I have to. So if we lose this account, I'm not going to be too worried about it. This is why I trade these. Still not fully consistent with Polarity ATI and trading the order flow. So we'll continue grinding, continue getting better. Today could have been avoided a little bit to kind of make the loss smaller, and also the days have to get bigger. So I'm gonna really focus on trying to get my days a little bit bigger, because I do stop trading when I'm up around 800 bucks in a day, and those are the days that I have a good feel in the market. Not always. There's the days that you know, I go up and down and it's a tough day with like 8-9 trades and I end up making 800. I'm not talking about those days. I'm talking about days like yesterday where everything is so easy for me to read. I know exactly who's trapped. I know which side I should be on. And those are the days I think I should continue trading a little bit longer to see if I could get that $14 to $2,000 day, and then maybe call it, you know. So we'll see how it goes. Account is still active. It's day number 12 or 13 now. Maybe 13, and we're gonna continue. We got to trade 40 days before we could take a withdrawal at 100%, so we still got plenty of time to go. So we'll see, but if we have to reset, we'll reset, and we'll continue to grind and grind and grind and get better. Again, November, these recaps will be a lot better, I promise you guys, and hopefully we still have this account by then, but if not, we'll have a new one. All right guys, peace out, take care. Again, leave a comment down below if you want to discuss Polarity ATI and stacked and balanced trading. Join our Discord. Just please don't go in there if you trade a completely different style, because you're not going to enjoy yourself. And I try to keep the Discord very clean with stacked and balanced trading only. So Polarity ATI users or algo systems like it. Okay, so if you're trading completely different and you want to chime in on how you trade and this and that, it's really not the right Discord for us or for you. And eventually we'll see, maybe we'll make a separate section for that, but for now the Discord is for just Polarity ATI like users. So you don't have to actually have Polarity ATI, but if you want to trade with Polarity ATI or the other algos or automated systems that trade similar system to Polarity ATI, then join us and let's discuss how you're doing. All right guys, peace out and catch you on the next one.